And I will say this, his rant cursed Angel Reese because she proceeded to have the absolute worst game of her life.
Everything felt normal until it didn't. One heated rant floating around social media, and suddenly Angel Reese walks straight into what might be the most painful game of her career. It was like the basketball god said, "Let's see how tough you really are." Shots bouncing off the rim, the crowd murmuring, and teammates exchanging glances they tried to hide. You didn't need to be an expert. You could feel something was off from the opening drives. It wasn't just a bad start. It was the start of a full-on meltdown.
Angel Reese is a fraud. Angel Reese is a sociopath. She's an idiot. She accused, while getting her ass beat by 35, she accused the Indianapolis Fever fans of racist, monkey noises, whatever. They're moving heaven and earth to investigate Indiana. My city, Indianapolis. About my town, the place where I live. I go to games. I go to dinner. I know people that were sitting in the area and they said, bull. Here's the statement we have not substantiated. Last year, she lied about getting off of a bus and they were blocked from getting into their hotel room. Video turned out, well, to show one guy asking one question. Angel Reese is a liar, and she is never, ever, under any circumstance, to be taken at her word.
It took about 3 possessions for the mood to shift. Reese grabbed offensive rebounds like usual. She was all the glass, but every time she went up to finish, something went wrong. Timing off, footwork shaky, touch unpredictable. It was as if the rim had a personal vendetta against her. Even the announcers didn't know how to explain what they were watching. You could sense the air thinning in that arena. Suddenly, the Chicago Sky weren't just battling New York. They were battling frustration itself.
Angel Reese picking up right where she left off, breaking more WNBA records, but unfortunately for Sky fans, it came in the form of a loss, 99-74. The Chicago Sky, you're seeing that right, 9 points in the second quarter, 9 points. Folks, if a team scores less points than you have fingers, that's bad.
Then came the stat nobody was ready for. 7 missed layups out of 10 attempts. Not long-range shots, not contested fadeaways, point-blank, wide-open finishes. It became the buzzer-beater moment of the night, except in reverse. Fans in real time couldn't believe what they were seeing. Social media hit record. Faster than the scoreboard could update. You could almost hear the rim whisper, "Not today." The basketball world didn't just talk about it. They dissected it. And once that number hit the timeline, the conversation exploded.
But holy Lord, when I tell you the numbers are the numbers. It's the worst she's ever played, probably since she was in elementary school. Probably the worst since elementary school.
The Chicago Sky have made it clear that they want Angel Reese to focus on being a screener on offense. For those that haven't played basketball, that's code for we don't want her shooting.
And that's when you noticed it. Chicago's play calling shifted. More off-ball screens, more dribble handoffs, fewer touches for Reese in scoring positions. For people who don't speak basketball, that's coaching code for let's simplify her role. It wasn't a punishment. It wasn't shade. It was survival mode. But the timing made it impossible for fans not to speculate. Was this temporary? Was it strategic? Or was it the first sign that the coaching staff was reevaluating her entire offensive job description?
Angel Reese needs to be better at basketball. I'm not talking about as a person. I'm not talking about as a podcaster. I'm not talking about at the Met Gala. She needs to be a better player if we want this rivalry to be able to have some staying power. She had a very, very busy offseason. But at this moment, it does not seem like the offseason involved a lot of micing drills of left-handed layups. Right now, Angel Reese, she is a wildly famous rebounder.
And if the misses weren't painful enough, Chicago followed it up with a single roughest offensive quarter of their season. 9 points total. That's not cold shooting. That's called timeout and breathe. Nothing flowed. Passes missed rhythm. Spacing collapsed. Players second-guess decisions. You know it's bad when the crowd doesn't even boo. They just go quiet. It wasn't just an off night for one player. It was a team-wide collapse that made every miss feel like a mini earthquake.
I heard Angel Reese say, people aren't watching the WNBA just because of one player. They're watching it to see me too. Well, tickets were $86 against Caitlin Clark, but now that she's injured, plummeted just to $25.
On the bench, the faces told the story. Teammates pat her on the back, but you could see the tight smiles, the nervous glances, the subtle head shakes. They were trying to stay locked in, but everyone could feel the tension creeping in. And every time Reese checked back in, the crowd buzzed, not with excitement, but with nervous anticipation. Fans weren't wondering if she'd miss again. They were wondering how it would happen. Every possession felt heavier and slower, like the entire team was dragging emotional sandbags.
You made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain.
Listen, man, and again, I will emphasize this every day of the week, twice on Sunday. I love my people. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much, or when it's not necessary, because everybody's trying to make this about a, come on, black man, protect the sisters, brother. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it. Stop it.
Then the game ended, and the media machine immediately kicked into overdrive. Analysts on every network tried to soften the blow with phrases like finding her rhythm, adjusting to the league, and still contributing defensively. But fans weren't having it. The clip compilations started circulating. The freeze frames, the jokes, the debates. Within hours, the narrative had taken on a life of its own. It wasn't about the final score anymore. It was about the visual of those point-blank misses.
Keep it simple. This was a series in the first 3 minutes of the game. Angel Reese offensive rebound. It's 5-3, New York. Angel Reese offensive rebound. Jonquel Jones blocks Angel Reese's 1 foot layup. Angel Reese offensive rebound. Jonquel Jones blocks Angel Reese's 1 foot layup. Angel Reese offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses a layup. Angel Reese offensive rebound. Camila Cardoso misses a layup. Actually, it's the wrong direction. I'm reading it backwards. My bad. Camila Cardoso misses a layup. Angel Reese offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses a layup.
And because the internet can't help itself, the moment Angel Reese trended, Caitlin Clark's name got pulled right into the conversation again. Old college rivalry clips resurfaced. Commentators reignited comparisons. Fan bases started verbal sparring. It didn't matter that Clark wasn't even involved in this game. Her shadow still hovered over every argument. What could have been a conversation strictly about performance turned into another battlefield for rivalry talk, and suddenly the storyline became bigger than the stat sheet.